anybody has any questions about it, maybe I'll answer some of them in my of course, I'm back at the farm. This is the hub world, as you can see. I always try to double check with everything here.
What can I do for you, Guardian?
It's usually the very first thing I do when I log into any of my characters, especially on Tuesdays when they do the weekly resets. I'm definitely going to look to getting some of these bounties.
Yeah,
I'm going to be doing some lost sectors. And I will be doing, more likely because of that, I'll eventually fight some high-value targets.
Come see me again, Guardian.
If I don't get them, I don't get them. Like I said, I'm not too worried. I can get them pretty easily with my other characters since they're in-game right now.
Victory smells nice.
I'm doubly checking when, at some point, Hawthorne becomes the clan person, and I'm not quite sure if I remember when she does that. Wow. You know, I'm gonna buy that.
I think that's a good one. Take care of yourself, okay?
Fusion rifles are very big in the game. I'm not a big fan of submachine guns anyways. So, we are only 2 items away from having at least everything being uncommon. I don't remember if I showed you guys, but I do got my exotic ride and my exotic.
I need you here. Besides, where would I be if the Cabal used you for target practice?
Looks like I got a couple upgrade points. I don't really like that. It just doesn't sound as fun. I will try that though. These are level 8, 6. Sorry about that. That was my phone. There was nobody calling, pretty much.
Talk to me.
We're good. Alright. So I got my reverse bounties. I'm not gonna really track my reverse bounties because they're just kind of this I'm doing anyways, so it's just a way to get some extra stuff. So we'll go back to Earth. I wonder if maybe regional chests. I'm pretty sure they're not character specific. I'm not sure why.
This bickering is pointless. We need to cut through the noise.
There's one with both my warlock and my hunter. They were just kind of right there. They told you where they were all at. But oh well. Maybe it's something that happens later on. Of course, I guess I can also put on that ghost show. Let's try that. I have no idea why they're not showing up. Next, I'm pretty sure they're not character. I'm pretty sure they're all they're not account specific. They should be character specific. Because I've played through my warlock and then I've gone to my hunters, actually gotten them all when we get them, except for the 2 on Mercury. There's a couple on Mercury where you can only get them during public events. And I got all the other ones, and they're still showing up on my warlock. So, by all means, they should be showing up here. Now, I think in the original Destiny 2, when it first started, you had to buy maps off of Cave 6, maybe to get the caches. But, because in the game now, if you get the Forsaken, that particular character is not there anymore, spoiler. So, I thought they basically just changed it. In fact, there's a lot of changes. If you try to go on YouTube and watch people play Destiny 2, some of them are just very small changes that just make it feel good. Like right now, every planet has their own planetary materials that you can use. They used to just be called tokens. They would say Earth tokens or Titan tokens.
What can I do
But
for
now they're like this. I believe Earths are dusklight. And you get them from dusklight shards. It's all gone, little girl. My 2-year-old's here with me, so if you hear a baby talking, Serena, that's all trash. Yeah, that's an easy one. It's not as easy. This one will be easy eventually. Like my warlock has the horror story, it's masterworked automatically. So when you do a masterwork, it'll do orbs easier. I mean, it'll still do them. It's just 10 orbs will take quite a while. So, I guess I'm gonna equip this ghost shell. First one, this just, it should just detect the caches with it. No, they're still not showing up. Might as well go back. Because what's nice about the exotics is, like, this one has, vehicle takes less time to summon, and it reloads your weapons while you ride, which is awesome. And this one drops telemetry data on any elemental weapon kills, which you can actually use with the gunsmith. See, so much quicker. I still got some bounties left, like a public event, my power weapon, and then the chest loot. If I see any public events like here, I'll check them out. If it's not too big of a wait. It's 3 minutes. Yeah, I want to do that. Let me just wait. Public events they're pretty much everywhere. A lot of times, if they're about ready to start, I'm almost always willing to help out. Also, if I see any of those little caches, especially since right now I have a bounty that if I pick up like 5 of them, I get some stuff. And I'm not sure exactly which chests are okay, because I remember, I don't know if it's like the hidden sector chests or the chest you get for completing the heroic events, or not heroic events, but the public events, they don't seem to count one of those. Okay, we got that one, so should be like right here in the middle, we should see a hidden sector. Definitely look for the symbol, it'll help you not have to keep looking at your map. I didn't usually hunt for these for the most part during my first couple of playthroughs. I didn't really know about really the hunting aspect. All your regional chests and your hidden sectors. But I've definitely learned some stuff the last time, and I definitely will say you want to make sure that when you're looking for the hidden sectors, you look for your symbol. I want to say there's usually a cache, another cache right around here. I think those little caches, I think they change. Let's check them out again. It would be really nice if they would allow us to put waypoints in this game. Just so it would make it easier to look for stuff. And I guess it's already pretty easy. Like I said, they've got it marked on the map, but still. I'm literally like right on top of it. Let's see if I can get around. if you're right on top of it, sometimes you may have to go out a little, go down a little bit, and see about. Try to hit the drops when you can, if they drop items, but if you don't, they will get sent back to your postmaster. You'd think, having just beat this game literally not too long ago, oh, actually not even beating it
to those in the field,
getting all the insects
a catch is on its way.
Not too long ago, you'd think
I'm not sure what it's up to, but I doubt it's good.
Okay, so let me just do this real quick.
This is about to get interesting.
And very dangerous. Watch out.
This one, I believe it's they got a big tank that'll come down. So you gotta destroy, you gotta hit the tank down to the point where they will drop these orbs. And when they drop the orbs, they will, you can then take the orbs and you can unlock this.
them run. They weren't expecting that.
Good show.
But you still,
But I have a feeling they'll be back.
even if you can't defeat it, you'll still get rewards and stuff for it, so don't worry too much about that. I think that hidden sector that is down that map is actually in here somewhere. It'd be nice if it was right there, but no. Sector's literally like right. It's supposed to be right here. Maybe it's down here. Yeah, there it is. Hand cannons are very powerful, but you do have to aim well. And they're still pretty viable right now with the PvP side of it, so a lot of times I'll try to get one of these just so that I can practice. Let me see my bounties. There's my chest, public events. Let's go ahead and just check what I have while I have the time. There's my final movement ability. That's nice. My hand cannon is at 54. 65. Okay, sometimes it's good to, like, say you like shotguns, to have one of each element. And PvE at this point is really not that important. But you can, if you want to get into a habit of that, you can do that. You can keep up to like I said, towards the end game, you'll probably start doing a lot more, you know, keeping a few powerful kinetics. You know, get at least one of every element in your energy slot, and also probably one of every element in your heavy slot too. So I'm not sure why that wasn't there. Kill. Sometimes these bounties are very poorly written. Okay, power weapon multi-kills. Definitely gotta pay attention, because sometimes you'll think something's a kill, and in reality it's an actual like kill. Rockets aren't really all that hard to do the multi-kill on. Especially if you can put a bunch of small guys together. Other power weapons, ones that you can shoot off multiple times. Multi-kill does not necessarily mean at once. This is kind of like, you know, single kill, double kills, triple kills in most PvP games, where as long as you're doing it in kind of quick succession. No, a lot of this doesn't really matter. There's really no need to shoot those people, but you know, it's always a good idea to get some practice, especially later on strikes and stuff, which is, you know, kind of like story missions, but with at least a fire team of 3. You're gonna have a lot more of these missions where you're gonna have just a ton of ads coming at you. And sometimes it is definitely good to run, but even when you're running, if you can, you know, try to pick up some of them off as they're chasing you. Okay, let's see where the next sector is. I said I won't. I mean, some maps I will go ahead and just go around doing all of them. But some of these maps I will go ahead but like this one, like I said, what I'll probably do is like, there's so many adventures in this one that whenever I find an adventure in a new section of the map like this, you know, I got one right over there. That's how I will do it. Let me make sure I'm facing the right way. Sometimes I forget to check. Yeah. Looks like a public event's gonna happen very soon. So it should be over here. Okay, now the big point will be up here, or will it be down there? Like I said, check cliffs, check buildings. Caves for sure. Honestly, even the caves, even if they're not a hidden sector, a lot of times you'll find a cave with stuff on it. Like here's a cave. I'm not really seeing a hidden symbol on it. Just always double check, because there it is. See? You see that on the rock, then you know behind it will be the sector. So we'll go in here. It didn't kill me. All this can be very time consuming. I'm not even sure if we'll even get to an actual adventure mission. I can't be on for too long, at least for right now. Got people coming over. Also, if anybody's watching this on YouTube after the fact, let me know if there's anything you like about it, any questions you have. Maybe there's another game you would rather have me play. Honestly, if someone says they would rather me play Destiny 1, I will definitely do that. Like I said, I'm not doing this right now to do the whole money thing. I'm doing it because, honestly, I've moved further out into the country. I don't have that many friends to begin with. And the ones that I do have, I don't really hang out with all that often. So a way to maybe make some friends who have similar likes, and a way to hang out with people. Probably in some of my favorite ways, because honestly, you know, I can sit there and say, oh, I'm alone, but honestly, I don't like being around a lot of people all that often anyways. I'm always one of the ones that want to save it, when in reality it's really best to not. We could probably do the adventure that's here. I've gotten quite a few uncommon items. Here's the flashlight. And honestly, my brightest settings are on full blast. Let's see if I can check that. Give myself a little power boost, definitely, before starting the adventure. See, at this early stage, your new items will buff you up by 20 or so. Scout rifle. There's definitely no reason to keep some of this stuff now. Even the hand cannon is super weak now. I'm not a big fan of scout rifles, but at this point, honestly, I'm gonna keep the fusion rifle. At this point, it's usually best just go whatever the most powerful is, but like I said, your energy slot, you need to start learning to keep actual special weapons there for the most part, unless you're able to get like a cool shotgun for your kinetic, or even if there's some, I think there's some grenade launcher, that kinetic ones that are pretty cool. So let's hit this adventure real quick, and then we will probably call it a day, or at least an afternoon. And after this adventure, I think we'll be ready for the next story mission, so that'll be pretty cool. Like I said, I like to level up. I'm kind of like, especially games like this, I like to over level. You know, some RPGs, I like to be a little over level, but I have a hard time playing like new game plus modes a lot of time, because I hate when you're just so over leveled, you hit at somebody and they die.
Getting some weird feedback on the comms. Dev, did you put your teacup on the broadcast switch again?
Looks like these fallen shanks are rerouting the signal.
Try dismantling one and taking a close look at the insides.
These are definitely one of the worst ways to start out an adventure, where you have to... my scout rifle.
This core, it's acting as a kind of broadband amplifier. Their signal is blocking transmissions all across the dial.
Why do you think they're trying to jam us, Dev?
That won't do. We need the airwaves to be clear if we're to reach those poor souls who fled the city. They missed their opportunity to take over this area after our friend touched the shard.
There's a signal antenna nearby. I can use the core to try to find the source of whatever the Fallen are doing. I lost the connect. The Fallen are jamming us.
best ranges of a non-sniper rifle. But most of them are one-shot things where you just either have to learn to be able to smash the fire button, or if you get really lucky, I think some scout rifles will have a rapid fire mode. Sure, my heavy weapon was loaded. Because sometimes, a lot of times, I'll do a power weapon shot and then switch straight over to another weapon, and I'll forget to reload the power weapon so that I can use it again. Also, learn what perks you have. There's a lot of perks that will help with either reloading faster, or there's perks where you'll actually load when you're not equipped with it. So, like when you holster it, that is the word they like to use, even though it doesn't really feel like you're holstering it. I had to use my super on that because they just kind of came off. A multi-kill.
I found the source. It's underground. Deep underground.
That figures. Fallen love dark places.
Especially with the Red Legion all over the dead zone.
Seems like my little 2-year-old is trying to make phone calls.
This tunnel looks promising.
Yeah, so we've already done this private sector, hidden sector, so like I said, a lot of these adventurers will use them. Hold on. Yeah, she has a tendency to try to call people.
Fallen banners. We're definitely on the right track.
I think this is one of the first hidden sectors we did. After, of course, the first tutorial. I love that feeling of just flying over someone crashing. If you can, if you guys want to know, at least fallen-wise, and most alien races have something similar, you're going to want to try and kill, like, the vandals first, if at all possible, because their range and damage are higher, really, than the dregs. The dregs will tend to hide, and then they'll rush at you when you get close. They just don't take a lot of damage. Shanks, try to kill them far away. Their explosions can hurt you sometimes. It usually happens to me when I go and like hit a melee
they're really built up down here. We need to remember this place after we retake the city, so we can clear it out for good.
If the Vandals are getting
Or we could let the
in your
Fallen
face,
have their creepy caves and
they're
not
as
sacrifice more people.
dangerous. Of course, the Marauders, they're the ones that go invisible, and they tend to just melee your face. Those can be very dangerous, so definitely always keep an eye. That's the reason why, you know, sometimes, and I'll do this too, where I'll stay down my sight even after trying to hit multi-kills. Not always a great idea, especially if you know there might be Marauders around, because it does limit your field of vision. That's why I say sometimes hip firing can be just as effective. What is it, Rain? Okay, hold on. Alright?
With that shield down, I can finally get a read on the source. It's close.
She's obsessed with YouTube, and her words aren't perfect just yet, so she brings it to you and it's working. That either means she wants it turned up, or it means that she wants a specific video, and you just kind of have to guess at which one she wants. Alright. Looks like that wasn't the big boss. Okay, these things. There are two sides to each one. One like this, you can just see rock and a light on it. And this one, you can shoot it and explode it. I'm trying to be too close. Also, there is a bit of a delay. You can see there is a bit of a delay, so you can actually sometimes run through them. And if you're running, you can usually outrun the blast.
This is it. Hold them off, and I'll use that shank core to shut down the signal remotely.
I'll tell you another skill that probably is something that even I have a hard time doing. You can see the boss up there. Well, at what point do you just try to fight the ads, or go directly to damage the boss? Because remember, most of these bosses have shields, so, and the shields will replenish. Meaning, like, if I took, like right now, I could take a few shots at him, but that's not going to help, because the shield's just going to come back. But there are sometimes, if you have the right tools, where you can pretty much melt the boss in 1 or 2 hits. Yeah, if you got a super, or a really good heavy weapon.
Just a little longer.
See, that did quite a bit of damage. See, at this point, I feel like I should focus on the boss. Probably take him out maybe with a rocket. See, it looks like that didn't completely work. I was going to take him out. There we go. So like I said, if I had...
Just before you took out that captain, I fried all their broadcast capabilities. No more jamming.
That means
If I had
people will
taken
be
him out
coming
right
to the farm
there,
from all
the
over
ads
the planet.
killed me.
Once we get that last
Now, a
relay
lot of
set
ones
up,
like this one,
we can
in
reach out
this
to the rest
area,
of the
these
system.
ads, once you kill,
Then we can start
One.
rallying Guardians to strike back
they'll stay
against the
dead.
Red Legion.
There are some places
There will be plenty of time for
where you're at
both.
a boss fight where
For
basically
now,
the ads will keep
head
on
back here
coming.
when you can. You
So
two.
it's a matter of getting them to a reasonable area and then focus on the boss. And some areas it's just you just focus on the boss. Alright, we will check what we got. Maybe go back to the farm, see if there's anything we missed. range. They both have the same amount of. Yeah, see, that's one that I don't like, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. It looks like. I mean, it's good for stuff to me like auto rifles and SMGs, where a lot of times you just hold down the trigger. I will go ahead and put that shotgun on. But with a lot of the assault rifle, even assault rifles, but a lot of like the pulse rifles and stuff like that, even the hand cannons and stuff like that, I reload more often than just after I run out of ammo. So it's kind of, with a pulse rifle, I'm never gonna shoot a lot of people, and very rarely am I gonna run out of ammo and then reload when I'm empty. More than likely, what I'll do is I'll kill 4 or 5 people and get behind cover, and then, I'll probably have 3 or 4 bullets left, and then I'll reload. Because I'd rather reload when I have control over it than reload in the middle of, because with like 4 or 5 bullets, yeah, I could shoot twice, and, if I'm lucky, I can get that headshot and it'll actually kill it, but, if the first couple bullets hit the body and only the last bullet hits the head, you're looking at having to reload in the middle of a firefight, which, you're going to see happen anyways, but if I can chance it, if I can help it, I will control my reloads. Kind of makes me wish, I love my PS4, but I do remember loving the Gears of War games for the Xbox. One of the things I liked about it was the reload thing, because I was always pretty good at it, so I was always rewarded with a really fast reload. For anybody who don't remember or don't know, in that one, whenever you're reloading, a bar would show up, and then it would do the whole, stop the white bar in the right colored area. And if you stopped it, it was pretty much an instant reload. And then sometimes you would even have a more powerful, bullet or two. Then, but of course, if you missed it, it would jam your gun, which would make for a longer reload. And if you just didn't press anything, you just have your normal reload. It was kind of a nice little thing you have something to do while you're reloading your gun. And of course, that was also the game that had the chainsaw weapons, which is always awesome. Why are there so many low-level people playing? Not that I'm not glad.
Hi there.
Because Destiny 2 definitely needs more and more and more people. Like I said, some of these people very well could be like me, where they're just playing their 3rd or 4th character. Or maybe even harder, like I said. Critic-wise, a lot of them will say that they didn't care so much for the story of Destiny 2 and all of that, but I personally enjoyed it a lot. I know some people who also say the same thing.
You can do this.
It's pretty cool. You can actually play soccer. Little things like that. Eventually, when you beat the game, you'll have a bigger hub area. You'll get to have access for a lot more stuff. But the soccer game actually still stands. I don't know. I don't remember if I had any trophies for that. You'd think that they would. So, all right. Well, then nothing new at the postmaster. I did level up, so I can go ahead and grab that. But I'm gonna keep using this for now. I want to practice using it effectively.
Just ignore the bird. Talk to me.
Because it's a bigger shield. Like I said, the Warlock has the heal, which is great, and the Hunter has a dodge ability where you can reload your weapon, which is great. But to me, hitting this barrier and then ducking behind it won't always save your life, while hitting this barrier in the right area will. The biggest issue is, like I said, you can't shoot from the other side of the barrier, so that means you have to put yourself at risk to shoot your enemy. So, but we're looking at around 50 minutes again. I'm trying to keep these to about an hour. And eventually, if I can do it like on a weekend when I have off and I have nobody here and I don't have my kids, I might do a 2-3 hour stream. Because when I was really starting out with Destiny 2, I was literally playing almost like all day long. I'd take a break to eat, do some laundry or something, but for the most part, I would play all day. Because it's very addicting in a good way. So, we will see you again when I see you.
I know you want to go fly.
Kratos out.